Hello Amazon friends, it's me Karina, and today I'm going to be doing a deep dive product analysis, and this is actually going to be one of my PDF sheets that I use for the students in my private label club, which you can access at theplclub.com for $7. So anyone who is a member of my club gets content released weekly plus a bunch of other things, and they also can get their product validated. But the main thing is I want to teach everybody how to do product research the low risk way. So I put out these PDF analysis that I do of products where I go in and I deeply analyze different products that may be popular or trending. Basically, it's a products not to launch kind of analysis. And this is one of them. You might have seen this product back in the day, but people are still launching it, and there's a lot to dive into. So here we are. I'm going to show it to you right now. It is these felt letter boards, and I'm going to show you more or less how I do these analysis and what the members see. So first off, the picture, of course, this is how it looks like, and it makes it easy than doing a whole video on it. You can just kind of use this and apply it not only to this particular product, and I have a lot of them out now, but also for you kind of use the logic to apply it to other products so you know not to repeat these steps. So here's the felt letter board, and the search volume for this main keyword is 19,200. And then we have this right here. So I kind of do the screenshot, and I also circle the most important parts, and I comment on them. So let's look at the first thing, right? We can see here the price, the revenue it's doing, which is quite good, the BSR, and the review count. And this is kind of what I summed up about it, right? I say what's good about the product and what's bad. So the first thing we want to see is the green, which is the revenue. Obviously the revenue is quite good here. It's really stable, meaning every single person is getting a percentage of the market share, which is quite a lot, right? This market is selling that much a month. So this is evenly distributed, which means it's not dominated by a single seller. The one bad thing about this is it is quite a high revenue. I do like to teach this business model the low risk way, and low risk means having a little bit lower revenue because it's very hard to compete with revenues this high. You're going to need tens and thousands of dollars to match the sales velocity, and that's why I advise against this. Next, see, and I mentioned this here because you cannot go and launch this type of product with just PPC alone. You're gonna have to do giveaways, which is very pricey. Okay, so let's see. Next is the price. So I say that the price is also a good thing because it's really stable. Everyone has the same price, more or less. No one is engaging in a price war, which is what you see a lot in certain products where one seller, you know, has a competitive advantage because they're able to get their price lower, so they outcompete everyone else, and then the next person lowers their price, so eventually it starts to go down and down, and it's a price war. So there's none of that here, which is great. Then we're talking about the BSR, which is this red right here. So BSR stands for bestseller rank, and the lower the BSR is, the better the product sells. So the lower the better. Honestly, ones in hundreds of thousands are bad. It's really relative. Sometimes 20,000 would be good, 30,000 would be good. It just depends on kind of, you want to match it up to the revenue and what other sellers are doing. So right here, you can see all of them are kind of under 10,000. A lot of them are in the 1,000 range, which is really good, which also explains the high revenue as well. So BSR is great as well. So that's all the good things, and now we're going to talk about what is bad about the product and why you should not go into this type of product. So the first thing is reviews. Let's look at the reviews. Of course, these are very, very high. A lot of people are scared of reviews, and they try to find products that are under 70 reviews or under 50 reviews, but that's quite impossible to do nowadays. Actually, not impossible, but it is harder. There are lower reviews in gated categories, I've noticed, but it tends to be hard. But that's okay because I don't advise looking for markets with such low reviews. you only need a few sellers to have kind of in the low double digits reviews, and then you can kind of outcompete them. But in this case, the reviews are very high. Many sellers have thousands of reviews and also high hundreds, so it would actually be quite very difficult, if not impossible, to compete with them. So that's why I advise against that. The next thing is, of course, the fact that it's a very commodity item. Besides the fact that it's really hard to rank with the high revenue, let's also look at the commodity. And this is what people kind of get confused in, is launching the Me Too products. In some cases where the markets are not this cutthroat, you can launch a commodity, and if it's easy to rank, if it's not competitive, you can get those sales. However, for a lot of the markets, especially the low-hanging fruit such as this one, people try to rank in this and they don't get very far because everyone is selling the exact same product. As you can see here, yes, maybe one is black, one is gray, the letters are a little scrambled. Maybe some people have more letters or more little things they can add onto it. But at the end of the day, it's essentially the exact same thing. There's not really much differentiation you can do. And again, it always helps when you can differentiate in a market. That's not always the requirement, but it does help. And that's kind of how I like to teach things. But in this case, nothing you can add to this product. You can make it double-sided, as all of them are. Everyone is just selling the exact same thing. So basically, there's no way to differentiate. The only way to get to the top of this market is if you're able to match the sales velocity, which costs like tens and thousands of dollars. And on top of that, if you're able to sustain the really high reviews, which again is impossible unless you've been selling this product for quite some time. So that's the really bad thing. So in conclusion, I say, yes, is it possible to rank this product? Yes, however, you will need to use black hat methods, meaning manipulating reviews, manipulating sales rank, giving away large quantities of your inventory, and getting to the front page. Some do it well. Again, it's never 100% chance of kind of working out. So the people that do use these black hat tactics do get ranked for certain products such as this. However, it's not always a guarantee, and it costs tens and thousands of dollars. I'm not joking. It literally costs tens and thousands of dollars. It's legit. If you want to see a breakdown of high risk versus low risk Amazon, I did make a video saying how much does it cost to start FBA, and I break those two down in detail because it's important that people know that there are two sides to this. You can go and do this very competitively and maybe have a shot in these markets. However, you really need to know how to do this. You need to know how to get reviews. It's going to be very difficult, take a long time, and be very expensive. And most people are not in that position, and even if they were, there's just no reason. You can go into markets that are much less saturated and easier to rank with in a fair, non-TOS way that gets your reviews removed or your account potentially suspended, and not risking tens and thousands of dollars. If you want to know how to use these low risk methods, what they are, the PL Club got you covered. You can start for $7 at theplclub.com and get a plethora of research videos and an educational program and these types of PDFs. And then when you're a full member, you also get much more weekly updates and the product research validator form, where I can validate your product to search out for red flags such as this one has. So anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Subscribe and like it, and I will see you in the next one.